Os, she says. It's always os. That's the thing we decided. It's just this is gonna be the space. It's gonna be os. That's what we're going with. I don't. It's a whole day. It's been a whole 2 weeks. It filled with to the brim, to packed with stuff. But it's all like really fiddly nonsense stuff. There's hardly anything to like talk about. Just the life that's in the process of living. We did the movie thing last time. We were talking about going to the movies, and it was great. Had a wonderful time. It was real chill. It's very chill. Both of us enjoyed the film. I feel like I understood it better than I thought I had understood it when I saw it the first time. It's a lot less confusing than I remembered it being. It felt a lot more straightforward now, but again, maybe that was the sobriety. It could be that, but I did enjoy it. It's Mulholland Drive is a solid one, top tier. Gonna go with that. And I went to see a movie after that, not the same night, because that would have been two movies in one night. That would have been very late. I do have the work. The working is always a fucking thing, except when it's periodically not. And we went to see Devilman. They were showing the OG '87 OVA, not the Glenn Danzig cut. Unfortunately, say what you will about Glenn Danzig, and there are a number of things you could say about Glenn Danzig. He does seem to be a bit of a douche. But his funded dub of it is pretty classic. But this was the actual, because I'm in Japan. This is the Japanese cut, and Japanese cut. No subtitles, no dubs. I understood it much better than I expected, which was really cool. It's always difficult engaging with Japanese media for me. There's very little of it that's localized with like English subtitling. Definitely not much English dubbing. That would be really weird for Japan. But it's I very seldom can just like watch media like and understand it and enjoy it as entertainment. It's something that I have to focus on. I have to process it, and the speed that it takes to process things usually means that I'm losing big chunks. Like somebody will say something, and by the time I've got it set in my brain, what they've said, and then two other people have already said another thing, and I missed I'm in the gap in between. I don't got that. So like every time that I watch things, or oftentimes when I watch things, and it's like it has to be study. It's like it's not something that I can just watch and have fun with, which is a shame because there's a lot of things that I really enjoy about Japanese media, but it's heretofore has always been something that it's like, well, this has to be study time. You have to be dialed in. You've got to be focused on it. You can't really be enjoying it as media because you've got to use it as language practice or language acquisition, because otherwise it's just purely visual. Because after a while, like the brain will just kind of turn off and be like, I'm hearing sounds, but I'm not processing any of them because I'm just focused on the visuals, which at least I do understand. But to loop back around, the thing that surprised me was I actually got most of Devilman. Aside from, there's a bit at the beginning where they've got these kind of like rough, punky characters, and they're speaking really rough, and they're kind of speaking a bit quicker, and then it's got a bit of slurry in their speech. Not slurry as in they're using slurs, but they might have been, but just the fact that like a lot of the sounds are rubbing up against each other really close. I struggled with that a little bit. Or some of the explanations that Dio is giving later on in the film, that are a little bit chonkier explanations on specific topics, and I did struggle a bit more with those for like specific language, but like for the most part when people were talking, and it wasn't even like just, oh, I get the gist, but I don't really understand what they're saying, is for the most part, like I did understand what they were saying. I'm sure there's nuances that I missed, of course, but like the actual like what are the words that is going on here, and I got them, and it was super cool. It was like it was an experience I was not expecting to have. I thought it was going to be like Ghost in the Shell. When I saw Ghost in the Shell, I think a couple months back they did a 4K remaster of it. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Like it's a gorgeous movie, but I was just linguistically lost like the entire film. I was just there was nothing. I could not follow it, and that was okay. Like I expected it. you know, watching something that's got a lot of technical language, and it's in a language that's not your language, and yeah, you're gonna get lost. So I expected it. I wasn't disappointed by that, but I expected Devilman because I've got very little familiarity with Devilman as a property, the characters and the story. Like I didn't really know going in, and but I realized like a bit into the movie, like by 15 minutes in, and I was like, wait a minute, like I'm getting this, I'm understanding this, and the super weird thing about, well, it's not super weird, but it's a frustrating thing for me about language and my ability in acquiring language and being able to use it naturally, because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to read a book, not just manga, but like a book. I love reading. I love reading books. I want to be able to read the newspaper. I want to be able to like talk with people and understand them. And I, for the most part, like I can't. And it does frustrate me greatly. But I was thinking, as I'm watching it when it came out of the movie, and it was like, okay, I understood it. Great. Could I explain it in English? Yeah. Could I explain it in Japanese? Not a chance. Could I quote things that people had said? I did understand all the words. I got the grammar. Could I actually say that thing? Not a chance. And it's deeply frustrating. It's like, how is it that all that stuff is entered into my brain? My brain has gotten the meaning from it, has understood all of, or at least maybe like 90%, 95% of the words that were being spoken, and then if you ask me like 20 seconds later, say what they just said, I couldn't do it. I don't know why, and it's deeply, deeply frustrating. But I'm gonna go see the Devilman, the second one. They got the second OVA. The first one is the Birth of Devilman, which was wild. Still like, I get why Dio had like a pocket rave going on in his basement. Like I understand the whole explanation there. I got what he was going for with that. But like, how did he get it set up? And for how long was it going on? Because it seemed like they were down there for a whole fucking while. Maybe he mentioned it, like, I've only had him down here for a couple of days, and I just didn't catch that part. It's certainly possible, but like, really? But so the Birth of Devilman was the first OVA, and then this fighting bird lady, I think, in the second OVA, she looks like a bird. She's got very birdy features, so that's exciting. It's not. Life isn't terrible. Life is frustrating, and it's really overly busy. There's always shit going on. There's going to be sometime soon. There's going to be a protest for trans rights in general, like standing up trans folks worldwide as a response to the UK Supreme Court's recent fuckery. I'm looking forward to is not really the way you want to put that. The protest. Not looking forward to the protest because the protest is for something that is really, really shitty. But I'm looking forward to seeing people being in a bit of a queer space. Hopefully I'll be able to get time off of work. I mean, I could just not go to work, but I kind of did that a couple of days ago because I woke up, I was feeling like shit. I had a rough fucking day, and I woke up like I cannot do it. So I didn't do it. I stayed home, and I like zoned out and slept a lot. And I did get a walk to the park. There's a nice park. It's not very far away from me, and I got to walk there, and that was a good time. It was good for me, but I did take that day off of work. Now I'm gonna have to take another day off of work, and then I got the clinic appointment is going to come up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to have to take a day off for that. And not even enough time to talk about the clinic stuff. But the wheels are kind of slowly moving in the way that they generally tend to move for me, which is very slow and with a lot of rust. But once they get moving, they do kind of get moving. But hey, we're already at 10 minutes, and I can't talk about that anymore. You just have to sit on that, and maybe you'll be surprised at some point. What a weird diary this week. I don't even know. But I'm gonna let you go because we are past 10 minutes. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all y'all there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you. Arigato, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.